Hello and welcome to this online demo of Professional Advantages Consolidation module. This presentation is looking at the Consolidations product that's within our Specialist Solutions area. We do have three other areas which include Cash Management, a B2B electronic payments and remittances, which is a simple secure module for EFT or electronic payments and remittances. Bank Rec, which is a powerful bank reconciliation tool. Billing and Credit Management includes Collect, a credit management module, Contract and Service Billing, which is a flexible billing module. Lastly, Spend Control, which is IPOS eProcurement, a powerful web-based end-to-end spend control module, and Expenses, a web-based expense solution. All of our products are fully integrated with Infor SunSystems. PA are a partner with Infor and we work very closely with them to ensure all of our products are available for all versions of SunSystems, whether that's version 4, 5 or 6. This ensures you'll always have an upgrade path from a PA module to the corresponding version of SunSystems that you are using. One of our key strengths is the tight integration of our products within SunSystems. This enables all of PA products to write directly to the SunSystems data tables and leverage the existing reference data without any data duplication or data synchronization. Consolidations can run over a local area network to one or more multiple servers. Consolidations can also run over a wide area network to one or more multiple servers, including a mix of both local and wide area networks to retrieve data for the consolidations process. In a moment, we're going to look at the consolidations product, but just to set some context, this is the demonstration that we're going to look at today. It's a simple process involving two subsidiary ledgers moving into one consolidation ledger. The rules that we're going to use to apply at a profit and loss and balance sheet level will be bringing in detailed transactions by account as they were posted. For the debtors, creditors and clients, we'll be setting up rules to post the data into summary accounts to simplify the process on the balance sheet, so debtors are represented in one control account and creditors and clients the same. So let's take a look at the application. Consolidations is a desktop interface and it uses concurrent licenses which are independent of your SunSystems licenses. So if you have a 10-user license within Sun and a 2-user consolidations license and you only need 2 people or 3 people to use consolidations, that's a separate independent license from your original SunSystems. All the PA products are integrated within SunSystems, so all the information that we see within the product are looking at the underlying Sun data in the subsidiary ledger or reference tables. The user accounts within the PA products utilize the existing credentials and passwords assigned within SunSystems. So within consolidations, everything is controlled and set up here using the tree. So we have in our group a consolidated detail, a period and a summary based consolidation, all feeding into the different ledgers for a different view of the product into the A, C and B ledger within SunSystems. Today we're going to focus back onto the detail of CO1 and CO2 that we discussed in a previous slide. In the tree we can also see some copies here of some rules which are currently in italics, which means they are not active and they're just there as a backup and can easily be controlled with the tree view. Show active nodes only, and now we're only seeing the active consolidations and we've got our backups of the copies of these groups. The copy function is a great benefit, and here once you've created a rule it's simple to just copy and paste, change some details and keep repeating that process if you've got multiple business units to set up or subsidiary ledgers. If we look here at the group rule, here we've set up the consolidation detail, and I'm saying here it's going all to the B ledger and it's 100% owned. If we look at CO1, the consolidated subsidiary ledger rules, the name of the rule is CO1, its source database is CO1, we're taking the data from ledger A of CO1, we're putting it into the CON consolidated database, which is a Sun business unit, CON, and for this example we're putting it in the B ledger. When I copied and pasted that previously, all I needed to do was change the rule for CO1 copy and just change it to CO2 here, and then all the steps below it would be copied. If we look at the P&L and balance sheet rule, here on our account selection for the source database, I'm selecting all of the balance sheet and profit and loss accounts. If needed, I could select by account, ranges of accounts and non-contiguous ranges of accounts. I can also select by conversion code, journal types, analysis codes and account analysis codes. Again, I can select all in every single one of these, or I can select ranges or non-contiguous ranges with each of these selection criteria. We also have eliminations if we need to exclude certain information. We have our comments where we can make a statement here to explain what the consolidation is happening. And then in the target tab, this is how the data will be transformed into the consolidated ledger. At the moment, most of the fields here are selected, we are bringing over one-to-one. So the journal type is coming in as the journal type, the source, so we get the original author of the journal, the reference, date, period, etc. All in analysis codes are also brought over. If you needed to increase your aggregation or consolidation, they can be skipped or they can be changed and transformed. It could be that you have a consolidation process that doesn't involve lots similar data in your account structure, so you want to record the originating account number in a spare analysis code. But what we are doing is we're transforming two spare dimensions analysis codes here. On analysis code 8, we're giving it the original source journal number and line number, and on dimension 9, analysis code 9, it's getting the source database. So it will be stamped with CO1, and here will be the original journal number and line. Because allocations change on underlying transactions, we're not bringing in allocation markers. If needed, they could be brought in, and you could continually rerun your consolidation to bring in the up-to-date allocation markers. Here we're just bringing in the simple base amount for this simple consolidated example. If needed, you could bring in a different base amount, which you could bring in the other amount, and using the existing rates, currency rates that are set up in Sun, you could perform a conversion. It's worth noting here that it is a conversion at the time of consolidation and it is not a revaluation. For the purposes of ledger revaluation and time-based revaluations, that would still need to be done within SunSystems using the ledger revaluation process, and then consolidation will bring that data in that has been revalued already. If needed, we can also summarize the data after our selection criteria using the options here of perhaps summarizing on account code and account type and say period if you only wanted to bring in balances for each period. That was for the P&L on the balance sheet setup. The debtors, creditors, clients are exactly the same, with the debtors account selection type here of debtor. And the only change here that we've made is for the simple purpose of consolidating. We are bringing all our debtors into a single balance sheet control account rather than bringing in all the debtor accounts. The purposes of this consolidation is just going into one control account. And the creditors follows the same. We're bringing in all of the creditor accounts, and then we're populating it to a balance sheet control account to represent the creditor balance. And then the clients, we've selected the clients, and we're bringing them into one control account. So like I said, if once I've set this up for CO1 and I can copy and then paste it, change the data to CO2 in the rule here, because everything is the same, all I need to do is change CO2 here in the description, and then I can keep repeating that process. So if you imagine I had 10 or perhaps 50 rules to create, if they were similar or the same, this can very easily be deployed and brought to market quickly. So once everything has been set up, our two business units are created. For each business unit, the subsidiary, we can see here the journal control screen. We can see when the journals were run, the from and to from the subsidiary ledger, and the journal number that they were used to post into the consolidated ledger. The period is blank as this is a journal-based consolidation. So we can see here journals 1 to 100 were posted to journal number 1, journals 101 to 200 were posted to journal 3. And at any point I can rerun all of these journals or one of them. And that would refresh the data and any analysis codes or attributes that had been posted or changed to those underlying transactions. Here in the CO2 ledger, we can see journals 1 to 1400 were put into journal 2 in consolidation, and the remaining journals were posted to 6. If transactions had just been posted to CO2 and CO1, I could run the consolidation, and it would automatically pick up the new incremental journals and assign them a new journal number. I have the ability to run the consolidation for just the CO2 ledger, just the CO1 ledger, or in fact I can just run it for all of the consolidation for the CO1 and CO2 ledgers that goes into the CON consolidated ledger. In addition to running it manually per ledger or overall for the group, I can create a command line. And using Windows Scheduler, I can choose which groups to run or all groups. I've selected detail. I can run this silently, and this will generate a script. All I need to do is copy and paste that into Windows Scheduler, assign the frequency, and it will then run in the background independently as an automated task. So if I want to run CO1, I don't have any new data to add, but if I wanted to update this for a reason because the underlying data had changed, I simply select that line number, hit run, and I'm presented with a screen to say that there are no missing reference data in the target, and my journal posts, source balance, target balance, no differences. When you run consolidations, it is very good performance. We've had customers using lots of subsidiary ledgers with a frequency updating more than once a day, and it has the ability to process large amounts of data and post them into the consolidated ledger. Another function when we are selecting our data in the target is we do have the ability also to use an account mapping here. So if the chart of accounts in the subsidiary ledger is different into the consolidated ledger, we can select account mapping, and using the mapping tool here we select a source database and the target database, and we can see we've got these three accounts mapped. So from the subsidiary ledger, account 14000 will actually be posted to 18000 in our target database in consolidation. These can be set easily up choosing a source account and target, and done manually within the mapping tool, or if there are lots of mappings to add, we can create those in an Excel CSV file and import them to populate. And that's controlled individually by each subsidiary ledger to each consolidated ledger. So thank you for listening to this online demo of Consolidations today, which I hope you found useful and informative. If you would like any further information or a closer look at the product, please feel free to contact us. The details are on screen or via your account manager. Thank you and goodbye.